Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on One More Shot. Now, One More Shot is the sequel to the 2021 film One Shot, and of course, again, stars Scott Adkins. Now, Scott Adkins, I am a big fan of. Been following his career for a while now. I think he is probably the greatest modern martial arts action star torchbearer. I think it's a shame that he's only been able to dip his toe into a bit into more mainstream films, and that he doesn't get that recognition he justly deserves. But nonetheless, he's still one of the hardest working people I've seen in the industry in terms of what he puts his body through and the effort he puts into every role he has, big or small. Now, speaking to the first film, it's something I appreciated, of course, going off of making it seem like one shot. With the success of films like John Wick, what Daredevil did at one point, as well as various other films over the years. It's kind of caught on and almost become a gimmick of sorts to try and do like a one take or like a one panning shot sequence or something of the sort. But there's still a bit of ambition, still a bit of innovation with having a whole film essentially be shot as such, even if it is not as neat of a trick as it once was, or as unseen of a trick. It's still very admirable, and the first movie definitely succeeded at that. In terms of the action, it was just very good, very fluent at what it was going for. But for me, as much as I love Atkins, the movie itself was lacking character, so it just felt like just one long one-shot sequence, right? And I just found myself finding a bit more out of it and vastly preferring a lot of his other films. But surprisingly, I finally checked out One More Shot, which is on Netflix in the US. And I gotta say, personally, maybe I do gotta rewatch the first, but as of now, personally, I actually liked One More Shot quite a bit more. It picks up fairly quickly after the first, except this time we have it in this airport, which I think was actually mostly shot on one location. And just that setting for me, even alone, I think somehow helped with the tenseness of the story, the immersion into the character's situation, and just kind of the tone it brought with it. It felt a bit more like the walls are closing in on him and who he's trying to transport. So I think the ambiance of that and just the vibe that came with that helped this movie quite a bit for me. We get a tad more personal touch to Atkins' character, Jake Harris. Nothing you haven't seen before, but makes him feel like more human. Outside of just being I seen one review criticize it, saying, "Oh, he's just a video game character." He feels a bit more real in this one, at least for me. He did. The action again is very good. Atkins, of course, doing all of it on his own. Very impressive work from him, as expected. You also have small roles from Tom Berenger here, as well as Michael Jai White in a villain role, which is really cool for fans of either to see them kind of go, get to go at it again. Could have used Jai White for a bit more in the movie. It seemed like he only shot his stuff probably in a day or two. He's not in it a lot, but we had a pretty good scuffle between him and Atkins near the end of the movie. And again, just something kind of sucked me into this one more. I was fairly thoroughly engaged as it went on. And it kind of shot right through some of my ranking for this year. It's definitely creeping up closer than I thought it would. As I'm kind of tallying things as I watch them over 2024. In comparison, I liked it more than, say, a bigger budget thing like Extraction 2 on Netflix. I like this more for whatever reason. But yeah, I do highly recommend this. It's not really being talked about much, and it's probably within my top 10 Atkins films, if not top 5. I just thought it was very good, and it kind of just stuck with me a bit more than the first did. So yeah, I guess thought about this one. If I had to rate it, I'd honestly give it a B+, A- in terms of what it's going for. I thought it nailed it, and it was just even more memorable than the first movie was. Catch you guys next time. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, of course.